Hi guys, this will be another gameplay video with Dragon Turbo, and I square off against Blackwings on the next round right after the second time I played against Blackwings. So on the third round, I'm playing against another Blackwing deck, but this Blackwing deck is slightly unique in its build. So you guys will see what I mean when we get to the video part. So yeah, I think I go second. No, it looks like I go first because I have 6 cards in my hand. So let's see what happens here. By the looks of it, I don't have a really way to play the game. By the looks of it, so all I need to do is draw a monster. I could card destruction, but it doesn't feel too good to do it. So it feels like I can just wait against most decks, especially since Edison is a slightly slower format. So my opponent here is going to normal summon Shura, and then he's going to go straight into battle, attack with Shura, and then he's going to activate Swallow's Nest, which then lands him into a Storm Barrier statue. So really cool strategy for sure. My opponent's going to set 3 without no Starlight Road or Solemn, and I'm going to punish him with the Heavy Storm here. So I do have the option here to either set the Debris Dragon or use it for card consonants. Instead here, I'm going to right away activate the card consonants. So I'm going to card destruction here, hopefully to draw into something. And it looks like I discard only 1 dragon, but I activate Super Rejuvenation twice by the looks of it. So this way I'll be able to draw 3 cards, I believe, if I resolve, no, 6 cards. So if I activate Super Rejuve and I have 2 activates Super Rejuve 3 times, I'm able to draw 6 times. So I draw a fresh new hand here, and then my opponent discards their entire hand. But the thing about them is that they only had the deep prisons left. So a lot of trap cards on their side, but the card destruction does finish off the trap cards. That's why all we do see here is the Windberry statue along with the Clute. I contemplate whether I want to discard Tragodia, but I figured I could just summon a monster to run over or to crash into the Stormberry statue, which I end up doing. I think I do. I activate the trade in here and the card consonants, I believe. And then now I'm going to normal summon the debris and then bring out the Vortex Trooper because the Vortex Trooper is a wind monster. So yeah, so that's a very interesting synergy here. And although my opponent does have the Stormberry statue, I could definitely attack over the Windberry statue. So I make a misplay here where I think I could spell summon the Tragodia by taking damage, but I forgot that Vortex Trooper does not clear the Vortex Trooper or the Stormberry statue, so that messes me up a little bit. So now I'm kind of lower on life points because I did take 1,800, 1,000, and then 24 again. So that's 28 and 24. So I'm already at 2,800 life points, and yeah, I'm pretty much dead. So he attacks me with the misplay. If I just crash the debris dragon, but maybe yeah, if I just crash the debris dragon into the Stormbearer statue, leaving the Vortex Trooper in attack position, and he normal summons the Sirocco, I only take 2,000. Whereas the other way, I take 3,000 because I crashed the Vortex Trooper. So Tragodia would have been able to stall out against the Sirocco here, and I would have been able to control the game. So I definitely misplayed critically in game 1. So I definitely could have played around that. So now I'm on the back foot. I had to find a way to side deck cards against this deck. Knowing that he is on the Stormberry statue, I want to make sure that I side in the Lightning Vortex to destroy the Stormberry statue, as well as the Decree to stop all the Royal Oppression business because I don't want to get locked out of the game. So basically, I'm trying to play the game and not letting my opponent play the game is kind of the idea here. So OTKing is a way to do that. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. So I take out the Reckless Greed again, and I side in the Royal Decrees. So let's see what here. I'm going to put the calculator on the left side. I noticed that from my last video, it was out of sight. So I'm going to try to put it inside this time. So I'm going to be going second. I do have a pretty gas hand. My opponent doesn't draw anything. Or I go first for this hand. So I'm going to do the trade in right away. I activate the Upstart Goblin. And I see a hand of all spells again. Now I need to find a way to draw a lot. I did discard only 1. So I'm going to do a fancy Upstart Goblin here with the Super Rejuvenation. Hopefully to draw out of the situation. Looks like I did draw a red med. So I could use the Instant Fusion to do some damage here. So now I have to find a way to clear him. He does find the Dust Shoot, and that's going to put away the card of consonants to make my card of consonants dead. Or, yeah, he finds the Dust Shoot, hits my Whitestone Legend, so my card of consonants is dead here. So now I have to kind of push damage in, or I could just pass here without doing anything. He's going to normal summon the Blizzard to search for the value with the Whirlwind. And that's not going to be too, too much of a problem for me to deal with. Taking only 1,300 damage is not too bad. So yeah, that doesn't put me on a clock too fast. I'm gonna activate the Future Fusion here. Hopefully he doesn't have the Royal Oppression, and it looks like he does not. So I'm gonna reveal the 5-headed dragon here to dump the 5 dragons. So that's gonna allow me to make my trade in live by dumping the Whitestone Legends. I'm gonna dump all the Whitestone Legend, including the Flamvel Guard, I believe, as well as the Quackmore Drago. So that's usually what I dump because I want to keep my Debris Dragons in my deck. I'm gonna add 2 blue eyes to my hand, so feature fishing becomes a +2. Then I'm gonna be able to resolve the trade in here to discard the blue eyes to draw 2, and then now I draw into a card destruction by the looks of it. So that means I can get a completely new hand here. I do have True Nade as well, so I can also True Nade on top of this. So let's see what I do here. I can also put Quackmore Dragon on the field somehow, since I do have the Instant Fusion. But I do need to see the Debris Dragon here. So if I can find a way to get the Debris Dragon to my hand, I'd be in a good spot here. So I True Nade here, adding the Future Fusion back to my hand, and then that Future Fusion can be pitched away with the Magical Stone of Excavation, so I can ditch the Blue Eyes. So activate Magical Stone of Excavation here, discarding the Future Fusion, and then I'm going to add back the trade-in. Activating the trade in here to discard the blue eyes, and hopefully I can draw into debris. No debris yet, but I do have the super rejuvenation, so I could give him another turn, but instead I'm gonna go push the damage in because I don't really want to deal with that blizzard yet. So I'm gonna go into Dark Fire Dragon here, banish for Dark Fire Dragon, special summon the Red Med, special summon the Quackmore Drago. To play around the Kalut or one Kalut, I'll have to attack first with the Red Med. So hopefully that can be done. If not, then I'll have the Lightning Vortex here. I don't really like playing Lightning Vortex here. Oh, it looks like I go into the Blue Eyes here, and I'm going to go for the damage play instead. So 1700 and 2800 damage. So I'm going to activate Super Rejuvenation. I believe I discarded like 2. So I think I draw 2 here. Yeah. And then I'm going to draw 2 more with the second Rejuve, and that's going to put me up to 6 cards in hand. So Pot of Greed, it feels good, so I resolved it basically twice in this matchup. So yeah, so all I had to do still is find a way to end this game. I did True Nade his back row, so it's likely that trap card's going to be something that is a battle trap, because I did special summon with the 5-headed dragon. Could also be a bottomless as well, but bottomless doesn't feel too good for him because even if I revive a monster or special summon a monster with a dragon, it's not gonna do so much. So he finds a Sirocco here. He's gonna special summon the Bora and attack over my guy. Had I left the Quackmore Drago up, he would not be able to pump the Sirocco. So yeah, definitely kind of a misplay to go for the Blue Eyes play here. But I think the reason why I do this is because I didn't have a dragon in my hand. So that's part of why I did this play instead of the Quackmore Drago. Because the idea is to lock my opponent out from special summoning the dragon. So I didn't know of whether I can Super Juve and draw into a dragon. So I did the safe play, I guess, to make it the Blue Eyes as opposed to not. So now I draw into a Heavy Storm. He's going to Swallow's Nest and go up into the Stormtrooper. He's going to lose all his back row. But I do have the Vortex to deal with the Storm. So I'm going to discard the Tragodia, activate the Instant Fusion, go into Dark Fire Dragon, special summon the Quackmore Drago. That should end the game there. So yeah, so I won games 2 thanks to Lightning Vortex and Giant True Nade, along with some mid combo pieces. So the mid combo piece, like again, you don't really have to go up into the OTK hand with the Trident Dragon, because those hands require you to have Debris Dragon. In the event that you don't have Debris Dragon and you only have Instant Fusion, you'll have Instant Fusion with the Red Med, then you could do a lot of damage and then put a big monster on board. And your opponent kind of has to like find a way to deal with the 2 big monsters on the board. Since Lightning Vortex is typically not a main deck card in most people's deck, they have to use their monster effects to deal with the 3000 attack monster and a 2800 monster. So it can be difficult. Blackwing is one of those few decks that can do it pretty easily because they can just use Sirocco to pump and attack. They also have Kalut and Gale to like modulate the attack. So that deck is actually able to do attack and defense modulation on your opponent's side. So because of that, it's one of the few decks that can actually climb over big dragons. However, still with that advantage, they were unable to clutch out the win here. Looks like I draw pretty slow here. I do have a Decree in my hand, and he does set 2 in his opening hand. I'm probably going to Heavy Storm here, but first I'm going to activate the card Consonants. I probably should Heavy Storm first, just because he might side deck Mind Crush, and then if he does side deck the Mind Crush, he could just call Blue Eyes out of my hand, and I don't want that to happen. So here I do have the combo hand by the looks of it. So by the looks of it, I give it up. So that's kind of weird. I definitely should not have given it up. I definitely had OTK there because I look at my hand. I do have a Heavy Storm here. So that was definitely a misplay to give up my Debris Dragon here because I do have a Whitestone Legend. But we'll just roll with it. I'm gonna special summon the red mid here to special summon the debris dragon to special summon the second red mid in my hand. So I can push in 56, but he does have Upstart Goblin, so that's not gonna be enough to game him yet. I'm gonna put him down to, I believe, 400 life points. So yeah, now he's gonna draw for turn. Hopefully, he doesn't see a way to out this, and he doesn't. And I do have the decree to deal with the Mirror Force. So he just shows his hand. He doesn't have a monster, and that's GG's. So even though I misplayed in this game with my lack of inexperience, my lack of experience, I was still able to clutch this game out. So the deck is really good. It was well made by Ghost Rider for this particular build. I know the original deck builder is Hydro Pump. However, I am playing Ghost Rider's deck, and he's the one that actually does play tournaments quite frequently with this deck. So, anyways, that was the gameplay video for round 3 actually, because I wasn't able to record round 1. So we're gonna go into the final round, and let's see if I can top with this deck. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.